Good afternoon, Belfield. You're here with the vibe on Belfield FM 101.
Kate, do you need some help? Welcome to the vibe on Belfield FM 101.3 with Miss Kate O'Hanlon. Today's show has a lot for you. You get regular news as well as very, very important presidential and deputy presidential debates between one person and Kate.
Who is now fine. I'm joined in the studio at the moment by Mr. Barry Colfer. Hello, Barry.
Good afternoon, everybody.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, thank you. Thanks for asking.
This afternoon.
It's 4 o'clock. It's one of those debates. Is it afternoon? Is it early evening? Either way, I'm doing great. Am I close enough? Happy days.
Kev, opinion. Is it afternoon or early evening?
This will be one of the harder questions. Is the sun still up?
Yeah.
It's afternoon.
It's the afternoon.
Happy days.
Fantastic. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much.
So, Mr. Colfer, if I may call you that.
Call me Barry, Kate, won't you? We go way back.
Indeed.
Way back almost a year ago, in fact, Kate. I think that's where we first met.
This is true. In my formative days when I was running for education officer myself. So, I mean, that's why we have you here today. You've decided to do it all again, Barry.
A little bit different this time.
A little bit different. Running for president. What made you decide to do that?
It wasn't an easy decision to make, you know. It's a big job. It's an important job. I obviously had to consult my nearest and dearest and decided I had to decide what was best for me in the end. I think I love the union. I love the job I have now. I am very well aware that I'm the welfare officer now, and it is very different to the presidency job, the job of president. But what made me go for it in the end was, I suppose, just a real passion and a real love of this place. And that sounds really corny and maybe a little bit ridiculous, but it's true. Like that, I've gotten a huge amount from coming to UCD, getting involved with the union, working for change, challenging things, trying to put the students first. The students being the biggest stakeholders in this place. I've really gotten a lot out of that, and I think I've a lot to give as well. Again, being corny, I think at the moment there's I think I'm the best man for the job. That's why I put myself forward for it. So.
Well, you're currently the only man for the job, it's terrible for news.
It's terrible for student politics, to be honest with you, that one person went for the job. There's an element that I suppose, as people have said, trying to I suppose encourage me, saying it was a vote of confidence, because there were people considering going who in the end didn't for whatever reason. I know there was people, you know, with semesterization, people are busier than ever before, so it's a big ask to get people to take 2 weeks out of their course. So I'm sure that was a factor for some people. But I think it's a sad day for a union with the caliber of UCD, with the history that we have, with the participation that we have, with the reputation that we have, that only one person went for the job of presidency. I'm obviously in one way happy that it makes my job easier to try and actually get elected. But
I wouldn't underestimate our old friend Ron. You know,
never underestimate Ron. Never. Am I allowed to swear? He's a slippery bastard. He really is. I was discussing this actually. I'm sure both Kev and Kate are familiar with the give me a good word here, the remarkable, the inimitable Michael Clark, former returning officer of the SU and twice beaten candidate for the auditorship of the LNH. And we were just talking about the different close shaves people have had with Ron. Ron did win one campaign, you know that?
Yes, I've heard that.
What's
way
the guy's
back
name?
In the day.
It was the first election that Ron was included, apparently. An Ents by-election. It was J.R. Hennessy, I think was the name. It was back certainly before I was in UCD anyway. And yeah, he lost to Ron. There's been a couple of close shaves since, but.
So you won't be resting on your laurels there?
Far from it, absolutely not. No, I have a very strong campaign team, thank God, and I have I've sent away from my materials and that, so I'll have my posters, my manifestos. I'm trying to be the president of an organisation made up of 22,000 odd members, big responsibilities. The union has huge things going on for it, as I've said time and again. There's 36 full-time staff, 76 part-time staff, 4 shops, 2 bars, photocopying bureau, the trap, and most importantly, 22,000 members. So I'm certainly not going to sit back in my laurels and just see what happens. I don't want to win by 51% or on. I'd certainly like people to know if I am president next year that I am president. I'd like people to know that they have a president, they have a leader.
So you mentioned your materials there. Can you give us a sneak preview of your manifesto? What kind of things are going to be promising?
The situation I have with my manifesto is I'm in a rare enough position where I don't kind of have to. Obviously, Ron is a slippery man, but or woman.
Or woman.
Ronnie could be a woman, I suppose.
Like short for Veronica.
Exactly, short for let's call her Veronica. But anyway, what I'm getting at is it was actually a councillor in Union Council said it at last council, or no, it wasn't a council. It was in a different setting altogether. But he said it's in a different situation where I can actually put down things I realistically think I should be done, and that as president I'll strive to achieve. So as opposed to putting in things that maybe people want to hear, do you know what I mean? So certainly top of my manifesto is one union campaign that as welfare officer I've become very involved with, and has become the problems with the system have become very clear to me. And I'm talking about the grant system, which has been knocking around for donkey's years. Centralise the grant system, improve the grant system. I think as the largest SU in the country, and arguably the best SU in the country, it certainly should be a campaign. I'd like to say a bigger campaign, but to be honest, I think it should just be a campaign of ours, because there's been nothing done on it this year.
And why do you think that is?
I'm the welfare officer. I mean, you'll need to be quizzing different people on that, you know. I am a vice president of the union this year, I suppose, so I should be able to answer better. But
I mean, you sit on exec, you sit on council. Is there a lack of will this year, do you think?
Is there a lack of
will?
I just think there's different things to prioritise this year. Certainly there's been a few as the experience as welfare officer so far, I still have almost half my term left in front of me, which I'm really relishing. Can't wait to get, I'm looking forward to every day when I wake up to welfaring the fuck out of the place. But I'm probably not allowed to do that. I'm really sorry. My apologies. But
we'll let it slide, Mr. Vice President.
Yeah, won't happen again, guys. Sorry. But it is actually, joking aside, it's very, very sad when you do come across a student who, for financial reasons, has to stop going to college, and it's heartbreaking, and it does happen. And oftentimes it is because your grant is tied up. You don't get your grant is delayed, this kind of thing. It's, it is unacceptable that if someone says they're going to do something for you, they have to do it within a certain time, So it is great that we have a grant system, and I think with tweaking and with, little bits of development here and there and a bit of sense, I think we could have a great grant system. But I think a few simple things need to be done. It does need to be centralised. It needs to be improved. It needs to be, there needn't be such a variance between the first local authority to pay out versus the last local authority to pay out. It's a technical issue I'm getting into here, but basically the grants campaign, certainly I'd envisage it to be a major issue for the SU next year. Furthermore, another issue on my manifesto, real education issues, it kind of tries to address some of the a word I don't use lightly, but some of the shambolic education issues that students have had to deal with this year. And I've been lucky in many respects this year, having taken a break from my studies, that I don't have to cope with some of the things that my housemates and my friends have to deal with. Just very recently, the situation with getting exam results, the situation that some people still don't have their proper exam results, the fact that the second year arts was changed in the middle of the year, the fact that the RDS, the exam centre in the RDS was heartbreakingly disappointing, the whole setup there. I could go on, but Kate is dying to say something now.
Well,